As the leader of the Booner Pack, I lead from the front.
All right, boys. Lock in.
It's our core foundation, man. Grit.
I'm fired up. I'm fired the f*** up, boys.
It's pumping right now. It's got my juice pumping, boys.
Welcome to Crunch Time Sports with Jeff and Booner. It's Friday, August 1st. It's a Friday show. Post-preseason game. Post-preseason ass whooping. Which, don't panic. All right? Don't panic yet. There are takeaways, which we'll get to. We'll highlight players later in the show. We got Kory Woods joining, the great Kory Woods, to break down the game, give us his thoughts as well. And we got Mount Rushmore Friday with Caleb. We'll talk Tigers trade deadline with Caleb in the second hour. Pack show on a Friday before a nice weekend with the boys, man. We'll do some things. Hey, we're golfing this weekend. Weather's really nice. There are
we have, I would say, like a housewarming party with Caleb.
Yeah, hanging out with Caleb on Saturday. Go show some love. So besides the Lions getting absolutely destroyed in a preseason game, which quite frankly in big picture doesn't really matter, but it did suck last night to have to kind of endure that for 3.5 hours. You guys made it a lot better. So appreciate all the support on the stream last night. It was a big success. It was a lot of fun. You guys stuck it out with us through that ass whooping, and we appreciate that. We appreciate the hell out of that, actually. So
yep.
That was that. I think that was probably the biggest takeaway. Is not the game, but it was like, wow, we got a sick. I mean, this fan base is sweet. These guys stuck in that live stream when it was 34-7 with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So shout out to you guys, man.
There's a side of me that just stinks, and this is going to sound not crazy, but it's real. To when the Lions, and I know last night doesn't mean anything with the season. I mean, if you say it does, you're an idiot. But when things like that are happening, a blowout, and like, hey, there's a little bit of a pushback from the fan base, and people are stressing a little bit, kind of get more viewers. It's like when the bad things are happening to the Lions, the viewers do go up. Just like when there's big situations that go on, viewers go up. It's the same thing. It's like both ends of the spectrum, man. But at those, it's like people tune in more. People want to know what's going on. And shout out to the people who tuned in with us last night. That was a fun time. I did tell Jeff after we got off the show, I went, that might have been the only time in my career of being like, I don't know what to say. Like I was taken aback because it was like you're getting blown out in a preseason game. Like we're on here for 4 hours in preseason football, and it was a blowout. That's like the worst of the worst. Like it's just like what are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean that's it. I don't think I've had a moment like that, to be honest. That was
it was weird.
Got to the point where we're talking about fasting in the middle of the show, and then we talk about everything else but football.
Yeah.
And then Xavier said, I just come to crash out. Well, I think most people in the chat were crashing out. We were crashing out at the end there. So don't worry. We'll get to our takeaways. We'll talk about the quarterback position. I know that's probably the biggest takeaway. We'll talk about that later in the show. We'll talk about some highlights from the game. There are positives in terms of players. There are negatives.
Yep.
From in terms of players, which we
will talk about. Could I make just a quick thing about that? Positive and negatives?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't like the people on Twitter, and everyone knows who these people are, and you could be one of them if you're listening, of the people who are, one, just tweeting out who work in media here, and two, fans and people in my comment section being like, why are we overreacting to a preseason Hall of Fame game? Okay, let me break this down for you. If we're going to pull out positives of guys like Ahmed and Isaac Tesla and that, we're allowed to pull out negatives of other players. Example, quarterbacks. Right? Like, and I texted a couple people about this who were complaining about it. And I said that exact same thing. Hey, if you're going to go on shows and you're going to go online and you're going to sit here and throw out, here's a positive, here's a positive, here's a positive. And then you're going to follow it up with, let's not overreact because it's only the Hall of Fame game, but what are you guys doing? So you're contradicting yourself because you literally are just giving positives. And then at the end of the day, I text someone this as well today, like, so you're going to go on there and do that. You're going to tell me that I'm not allowed to say anything negative about this game and overreact when it's my job to do that, first of all. It's our job to watch the game and react to it, right? And give our opinions. Do we really just think like Dan Campbell just goes to those games and doesn't evaluate? Like these games don't matter?
Of course.
Like why do people just act like these games actually don't matter? Like, oh, preseason doesn't. Dan Campbell's evaluating. Do you think Dan Campbell shows up and goes, Hey, it's preseason. Nah, let's just not evaluate today. We're good. It's no, like, shut up with that. People online, like, there's like a bunch of people in my comment section that are doing that, and there's people out there who are in media that are doing the same thing. And it's, to me, it's one of the most ridiculous, like, laziest takes in the world. Just like, I don't want to talk about it, so I disagree with your opinion, so you shouldn't be able to talk about it because it's preseason. What are you talking about? These guys are supposed to be your depth during the season. This actually means something.
We learned that last year.
Yeah, should be more important for Lions fans.
Yeah, not that, again, knock on wood, you never have to go through that again. But we do know that there is a possibility at all times you could be playing guys that you play in the preseason. So,
yes, Isaac Ukwu, like,
I think result of the game doesn't matter. We agree.
No,
but the game, like the players in the game, especially some guys that will be playing at some point, or second string guys that could play if there's injuries, of course it matters. It's not even a debate. Yeah, of course it matters. Like player evaluation, yeah, that matters. Like, I don't care. It's not about them losing, right? I mean, it sucks they got blown out. Who cares about the results? But yeah, you're going to evaluate things that happen in the game from looking at the players. I think it's just coping, to be honest. If that game ends and you're like, who cares? Nothing matters from that game.
For sure, 100%. The fact that I put a take out there about the quarterbacks and people are like, "Oh, Booner, it's a Hall of Fame game. What are we overacting?" Well, no, because I watch with my eyes guys play football, and those are supposed to be the guys that potentially could be helping you.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
Like, I think Ahmed Hassanin deserves praise.
Yes, I agree.
I thought he had a good performance, and I don't think we should discount that because it's preseason. Like, I think we should be like, hey, Ahmed looked good. You know? Like, I don't think we should discount that because it's preseason. Like, I don't really understand that way of thinking. Rock Ya-Sin, another one, which we'll get to. We'll get to those players later, but like, yeah, you're highlighting players as you should and giving them credit there. Can we address this before we get Kory on? This is ridiculous, by the way. Guys, and I'm glad we have Kory on because he's one of the only sane people on Twitter. Micah Parsons. I mean, can we stop, please? Can we stop? I'm going to play this clip. Apparently, Micah's dad, whatever he says,
by the way,
goes.
This is from years. This is from like a year ago. By the way, I just want you to know.
Yeah, which he's been a fan of the fit with the Lions. But here's what he had to say about where Micah could play or could fit what team.
Where would you like to see him be traded to?
My top 3 teams: Kansas City, Detroit, Pittsburgh. And I know Pittsburgh fans is like, whoa, but I'm sorry. Him and Watt together would be like cheating.
Yeah, preach.
Him and Hutchinson together in Detroit would be like cheating. I love it.
Okay, so Micah Parsons requested a trade. That happened today, obviously. But the Cowboys, I'm on Micah's side. The way the Cowboys have handled that is honestly on brand.
Yep.
It is the most on-brand thing I've ever seen. They tried to negotiate with Micah without his agent present. Like, what kind of horseshit is that? That's the most sketchy, and that's a whole nother level of sketchiness. Number one. Number two, Jerry Jones always says stupid things and takes like these subtle shots at players. But the other thing is he even talked about this and he posted on social media. That's how he announced he wants to get traded. But he posted about it like he played through injuries, laid it on the line for the team, obviously, and doesn't feel like it's reciprocated the respect. Like, if I'm Micah Parsons, dude, the Cowboys, Jerry, no one gives a damn. Nobody gives a damn that there's a star on the side of your helmet. Nobody cares. Like, especially Micah, who's looking to make a lot of money, and he's a great player. Like, I don't know if Jerry's that delusional that he thinks the brand of the Cowboys is enough to sell players on, and you could treat guys however you want to treat them. And it might work on some guys, but yeah. Micah Parsons, who is honestly, you can argue this, the best player on the Cowboys, he does not give a flying F about the star on the side of the helmet. So I'm not surprised it got to this point. It was already kind of trending this way, like just the way they've kind of handled this Micah Parsons situation. He wants out, Boone. And I don't know how you feel about that situation, but can I just say, like, the people in Detroit, like, if it's media, I haven't seen every tweet, but media, fans, whoever the hell you are that actually believe there's a chance the Lions acquire him, you need to, I'll give you advice. Put the crack pipe down and lock in.
Yeah.
Because even suggesting that is, I'm trying to be respectful. I have to question your ability to critical think. I have to question that. Because it's okay to suggest trades, and we've done this before, Boone, and we've done it with certain players. We don't do it for every player. That's one thing I actually am proud of us. We don't do it for every single player. We look at players that the contract lines up or they're already on a contract that would fit. Stop suggesting players that need to be paid, guys. Please. It's driving me crazy, Boone.
I think it's one of the worst things in not just Lions fan base, but I think every fan base does it to where, especially like a Lions team who has one already paid a handful of guys. Like you've broken the market with Kirby Joseph. You're going to probably essentially come close to it with Aiden Hutchinson. You did it with Jared Goff, Amon Ra, Penei Sewell. Like we can just keep going down the line with guys. Like they're going to have to pay Jack Campbell a pretty penny. It's going to keep coming, right? There is a 0% chance that they can get Micah Parsons. They could get Micah Parsons here with a package. Yes, they could do that. They probably have the assets to do it. Micah Parsons wants to get paid. That's why this all happened. It's the same thing with Max Crosby in Vegas, where Max was like, I want to get paid, right? It's the same thing with Myles Garrett, where Myles Garrett, like, yes, he did come out and say, I want to win. He also wanted to get paid. Same with Trey Hendrickson. There's a reason he's holding in right now. He wants to get paid. And it's unrealistic. And I have this, you know me, Jeff. I've had battles on Twitter for months with people, content creators that, and people shout out, hey, you know, I'll say, shout out the Lions Syndicate. I've gone back and forth with him about it. That just will be like, hey, bring him in. I don't care what it takes. It's not my job to figure that out, but bring him in. Okay, break down to me how Brad Holmes can do it. It has to be realistic. You just can't just say like, yeah, let's just get this done. To me, that's irresponsible at the end of the day. And it's irresponsible for fans to think that, for people that talk about the game to think about that, and for Brad to even go do that, because it's just, you have to pay Aiden Hutchinson. You're not paying 2 top-tier edge rushers. He won't even pay. You don't even have an opportunity right now to potentially play as Zadarius Smith, right? And that's like a contract was probably $8 to $12 million.
Yeah.
And you're talking about bringing a guy in that's going to ask for $40+ million, and you already have to pay Aiden Hutchinson $40+ million. It's one of the most unrealistic conversations I had, or I've had with people. And Jeff, you know, I've been back and forth with some people that we know about this whole bring one of these edges, because people just set themselves up for failure. They set an expectation that Brad can get this done, and if he doesn't do it, then they're going to go at Brad and they're going to make Brad look bad. And it's like, no, maybe from the jump you're the idiot that thinks it can happen. So that's just my opinion on it. There's a 0% chance of. Now, if Micah came out, and this would be a whole different story, Jeff. If Micah came out and said, "Hey, I'll play on my current deal. I don't care. Like I don't want the contract. We can figure that out down the line, and I'll enter free agency, whatever it is." Okay, then you get yourself a rental essentially
or something.
But the price goes down for him, right? Like people aren't going to give the Cowboys as much as they would if they were getting him long term. So if it was a rental, then yeah, okay, I would be all in on it. And I know I have personally put tweets out there saying I don't ever want Micah Parsons to be playing for the Lions after his tweets about the Lions in Detroit. I said that a couple months ago when he had the first issue. But that caliber of a player, obviously, like you'd be dumb not to want that caliber of a player on your defense with Hutch. There's just a 0% chance of it happening.
It doesn't.
It's a waste of time at the end of the day.
Doesn't make any sense. You're not losing Brian Branch. You're not losing Sam Laporta. You're not losing. You can't. What are you going to do? You have to pay Aiden. I mean, what are we doing here? You're paying Goff 60. I mean, guys, critically think here. Like it's not. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, and it never will make sense. Let's bring on Kory Woods, man. Let's get his thoughts on the preseason, and maybe even this, because he's level-headed, covers the Detroit Lions and Detroit Pistons for MLI.com. One of the best in the business. Good friend of the show here, Mr. Kory Woods. Kory, how are we doing, my friend?
Yo, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
Kory, I've been better. It's Micah Parsons thing. I've lost a couple IQ points reading some of the suggestions that the Lions must go get Micah Parsons. Before we get to the preseason, can I just get your thoughts on that whole debacle? And why is it that every fan base, and I don't know if it's just the Lions that fall victim to this, want guys that want money? What's going on with that, Kory? I mean, you've been covering the Lions. You see this on Twitter. What the hell's going on?
I'll just say maybe it's a mix of, not being realistic, mix of playing Madden, mix of fantasy football, mix of just fantasy land in general. Because let's just go back to what Brad Holmes has said a long time ago when people were getting on him about trying to acquire a pass rusher. He did the work to try to go get one. teams are not giving up their top pass rushers. Myles Garrett. They said, "Oh, go get Myles Garrett." What did the Browns say? We're not trading Myles Garrett. Even at the request of the trade. Myles Garrett, what happened? They paid him his money. I never wanted to leave Cleveland. Max Crosby. There was rumblings about maybe Max Crosby wanted to leave. Max Crosby got his bag. Glad to be a Raider. This is going to be the same thing here. This is the key. This is what Jerry Jones lives for. He has the Cowboys in the media. They're all in the headlines. Everybody's talking about America's team. And then right before the season starts, Jerry Jones is going to fold. And then Micah Parsons, I never wanted to leave Dallas. He's not coming here. And even if there was a scenario where, Micah Parsons was actually going to be up for a trade, the Lions would not be that team that would be in the running for him, because what it would take to get him and then, retain him, I mean, it's a lot. I mean, if you're just going to go ahead and say, hey, we're going to go ahead and give up a couple of first-round picks to just get him on this contract, and he wants to play on that contract and ride it out, that'd be a dream scenario. That's so far left field from reality that if that were to happen, yeah, that'd be something you have to consider. But I just think that right now, Lions fans are just maybe overly concerned. Well, I won't say overly concerned. They're just concerned about who's going to be playing alongside Hutch. And I mean, there's guys out there they can go get. They could probably go out there and go get a Matt Judon. They could go get a Zadarius Smith. But if they don't want to pay those guys, they damn sure I'm not going to swing no trade to get a Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kory, I do want to obviously switch to the preseason game last night, the Hall of Fame game. We had talked about it a little bit here briefly, and we did our show last night. And I want to get your thoughts. The first kind of thoughts I want to get is kind of your, let's say, just winners from last night, a couple players that stood out to you. I know it's the Hall of Fame game. Me and Jeff had the discussion where it was like, hey, don't take too much account into the full game as a whole, but it's good to be able to evaluate players in games like this and outside of training camp. Was there a couple players that you saw last night that stood out to you that came out of that game in a positive sense and kind of helped their stock go up?
Yeah, absolutely. Me and Ben Raven actually talked about earlier today on the Dungeon of Doom podcast. A couple players that stood out to me was obviously the rookie receivers, Isaac Tesla, Dominic Lovett. Tesla, I mean, this guy is, I think he can possibly be something special. He just popped off on the screen with the way he's able to catch the ball, go get it, his speed, the way he maneuvers in and out. I thought that was special. Dominic Lovett, did not like him getting that interception snagged from him like that. That was not cool, but you still saw some promising moments from him. Craig Reynolds, for me, this is just for me specifically. The Lions did not really have a good running game last night. They were held under 100 rushing yards, but just I like the way that Craig Reynolds looked, because I was always wondering, like, could they get a little bit more pop out of that RB3 role? Maybe between Reynolds or now Vaki. And we saw Reynolds last night, and he just looked a little bit quicker than I'm accustomed to seeing him move. So that stood out to me. And then just if you go on the defensive side of the ball, I mean, Ahmed, he's raw, but you see the potential there. But Rocky Sin, I mean, he just made two really huge tackles last night. And this was a guy, when I was doing my super early projection, like, I did not have him making the 53-man roster. But if he continues to play like that, I mean, with the injuries they had last year, guys dropping like flies, if you're able to go ahead and keep a veteran corner in there to just, spell guys in spots, I want to see more of him. So I'm curious to see what he's going to be looking like moving forward, especially coming up this week when they play against the Falcons.
Yeah, Kory, I think the big storyline from that game was the quarterback position. Obviously, Kyle Allen, and Dan kind of talked about it. He had the 2 picks. I believe one of them returned for 6, or almost 6. I can't remember.
Almost close.
Close to return for 6. But Dan said, he made, that was the 2 big mistakes. Obviously, they result in turnovers. He thought Kyle Allen ran the offense decently well. Hendon, it's tough. He didn't look great or good, but he did do some other things that Dan talked about. What do you make of kind of the quarterback room in general right now? Because I know a lot of the fan base is sitting here going, hey, go get Carson Wentz off his couch, Ryan Tannehill. And then there's some people that are like, just be patient with Hendon or Kyle. What side of the fence are you kind of leaning on here? And what should the Lions do moving forward with that?
Well, first off, I was pretty shocked at how Kyle Allen played because, through the first couple of weeks of the training camp, he looked sharp, accurate, command of the offense, poise in the pocket. Didn't really see much of that last night, so that was a bit shocking. So I don't want to say I'm concerned, but it's July football. Let's just kind of let's see how that carries over to. I guess we just me and kind of Ben were kind of confused. Was yesterday week 0 for preseason? So let's see what happens in preseason 1 against the Falcons. For Hendon Hooker, I mean, he didn't really get it. I don't think he really got a fair shake to show what he could do. I mean, he only threw 6 passes. So what I would like to see in these, when they go against the Falcons, is I would like to see Hendon start that game and have a chance to be able to gel and connect with his receivers and have a command of the offense the way that Kyle Allen was given that shot. I don't think Hendon was really given a fair shake to show what he's been doing in practice, because in practice, Hendon's been accurate. Hendon's been knowing when to go ahead and get outside of the pocket and go make a play, and he's been just. To me, I thought he's had a solid camp so far, worthy of being the number 2. But I don't think he really got a chance to show how much he's grown last night. So, I would say that it was a weird situation as far as how the quarterback play went last night. Maybe they were just trying to just get in, get out, run a few things, see how a couple things looked. But I would say, once you get to that second preseason game, and if things don't really look the way that you that we're expecting them or hoping them to look at as far as that backup QB situation, then you can start having some concerns.
Kory, what are your thoughts? Ahmed Hassanin, for our rookie edge rusher, first action we got to see with him last night. It looked like he looked good out there, it felt like, and he was obviously the highest graded PFF player. What is your takeaways from his game last night, and what you're expecting out of him kind of moving forward now that we finally got to see what he's able to put on the field?
I thought he looked good. You can still tell that he's really raw. I mean, he's only played the game for 7 years, so he still has a lot to learn, but you've seen the promise and you've seen this, the strength and the speed out there. So I think that as time goes on and he continues to learn and he has those veteran guys that he's leaning on, like Aiden Hutchinson, Marcus Davenport, you got a guy like Casey Rogers in there coaching that defensive line, he can only get better. I don't think that he's in a spot where it would be fair for fans to have some super expectations of him out the gate and trying to throw him out there like, oh, we got him. I mean, let's just pump the brakes and just be realistic. Some of y'all never heard of this guy until he got drafted. Let's call a spade a spade. But I think he looked good, and he's been a quick learner in camp. You've already heard from Aiden Hutchinson. He's been telling the dude to stop stealing some of his moves. And the fact that you got a guy like Aiden out there being a mentor to him and helping him grow along with the game, he's only going to get better. So I thought he looked solid. I want to see more from him coming up this week.
Kory, a player that I was a little disappointed in just in his debut, doesn't mean he can't improve, and I know the frustrating part is he hasn't been able to stay healthy to get the reps. That's Ennis Rakestraw, and I know Brian talked about him, Brian Branch, and said that he's just got to stay on the field, man. He's showing promise. Obviously, physically, he has all the tools. But last night tough showing from Ennis Rakestraw. I don't know if it's rust or something else, but what have you kind of made? And you could kind of talk about what you've seen in training camp leading into the preseason and just your confidence level from observing him and Ennis Rakestraw so far. Because the fan base seems to think it's a lot of negative things for Ennis right now, unfortunately.
It wasn't a good showing. Ennis just has to go out there and just make himself pop. He along with Broderick Martin are two guys that I'm having on my watch. Is like, hey, you guys have to have some strong camps because they brought in some veteran talent at those positions. So Ennis is still young. They drafted him pretty high. I see them, affording him more opportunities down the line to go ahead and clean up some of the mistakes he's had. Did have a couple of injuries so far, the first couple of days. So, maybe that might have affected him a little bit, and including the rust. We obviously didn't see a lot of him last year, so he still has a lot of room to grow. But him and Broderick Martin, those are two guys that I've been saying that they have to have some strong camps, because they I don't want to sit up here and be too, I don't know, premature with it, but these are guys that could probably find themselves not making the roster or just going to the practice squad.
Yeah.
Another player kind of in that situation as well. And actually it felt like he had a good game yesterday. Me and Jeff talked about it, Kory. When we were at camp a couple of days, we didn't really even see him, but Colby Sorsdale, I didn't notice him much at camp, and no one really heard anything about him. And then in the Hall of Fame game yesterday, he was one of the highest graded PFF players for the Lions. And a lot of people I saw even on Twitter, I guess I got to go back and watch some of the film to see how he did, but it seemed like it was a positive sign a little bit from Colby. Did you get that takeaway, or what are your thoughts on the Colby situation? Is there still a way he earns his way onto this roster with the depth that they have?
I'm kind of in the same boat with you there. I gotta go back and really look at his tape to see if see what everybody's talking about. I'm not 100% perfect. I might have missed something where he kind of like really popped out on that screen. But to that point, yeah, this is a guy that does need a strong showing in training camp and these next couple of preseason games that makes this team, because that's another guy that they're counting on to be a key piece of that offensive line, and they're going to need him to step up, especially with a lot of depth walking out the door that they had over the offseason.
Yeah, I think we appreciate the hell out of you, Kory. I think the Colby Sorsdale thing. I thought him and Broderick were gonna get cut. We'll see with Colby. He actually didn't look too bad, to be honest. So he's impressing me. Keep up the good work, my friend. You can follow Kory at Kory Woods. Does some great work, covers the Detroit Lions and Detroit Pistons when they're playing. Kory, we'll talk to you soon, my friend.
All right, peace out.
There you go.
Appreciate it, Kory
Woods joining the fellas, talking some ball. Plenty more to get to. We'll get to our takeaways as well from the preseason game last night, but let me tell you about the sponsor of the show before we do that, and that is our friends over at Comer & Cross in their summer installation sale, their one-day installation for concrete floor coatings. They're the place that you need to utilize to help your home. I know you're tired of staring at your crack-stained garage floor, or worse, peeling epoxy or chip paint, making your whole garage look neglected. Right now, during Comer & Cross's summer installation sale, they're offering 12 months, same as cash, or $500 in savings. Why put off getting a new Comer & Cross concrete floor with 12 months, same as cash, or $500 off? Call the number 248-834-3488. They'll transform your patio, your pool deck, your basement, even your driveway, and they'll move the stuff out for you. So call the number 248-834-3488 or book your free estimate at comercross.com. Tell them your friends over at Crunch Time Sports send you. All right, let's get back to the show here. Make sure we make that very clear. Crunch Time Sports sent you. Let's get into our takeaways.
Let's go.
All right, let's get into our takeaways. Preseason last night. People are panicking. Some people are not panicking, depending on who you ask. Let me say this, all right? I thought last night, I looked at the PFF grades. I think that was probably the big thing to kind of bring up, because I saw Ahmed was the highest graded, and that's definitely a positive. And I'll show you a video in a little bit of him speaking, and I'll start with him. I thought Ahmed looked the motor and the energy he plays with translated. You saw that right off the bat, which I thought was really impressive. He almost had, I believe it would have been the second sack for the Lions. I think the only player that had a sack was Grant Stewart. I'd have to double check that. Yeah. So it would have been the second sack besides the only defensive lineman to get a sack, almost a sack. Ahmed Hassanin. I thought he looked, honestly, really good. Like, I thought he looked like he belongs, honestly. And I think that was the big thing to look for with Ahmed, is he's only been playing football for a handful of years. He's only known the English language for a handful of years. And there's players that grew up in America, have been playing football since they were young, that didn't look as good as he did. So I think when you talk about takeaways from preseason, even though it is preseason, a takeaway to definitely have is a guy that's only been playing football as long as he has. He's going to catch up to speed very quickly. That was my big takeaway, is I think it's still going to take the year of just going through the grind of an NFL season. And depending on what happens, you may see him. Hopefully you don't have to if Mark Davenport stays healthy. But if you do need him in there, I think later in the season he'll be even better. But this is a guy that I think year 2, year 3 is you're going to see a very good Ahmed Hassanin. I think he's going to be another. I just get this feeling with Brad, man. He finds guys in the 6th round that are contributors, like Malcolm Rodriguez didn't end up being a full-time starter, but you knew like he's a contributor. Christian Mahogany, same thing. I think Ahmed Hassanin could kind of float into that equation. I got more confidence in that dude. He's really good. He showed that last night, even though they're 3rd stringers, but he's better than them. That's what you're supposed to show. You know, it's like, hey, I'm better than your 2nd and 3rd stringers. Like,
I agree.
That's all you want to see.
Yeah. I think the big thing too with Ahmed is just the fact like last night he was your highest graded PFF player. I know we take that with a grain of salt, but he made plays, and the plays that he made, like there was a swim move inside that looked like the Aiden Hutchinson move, that his signature just swiping through that he did on Panay in practice that we saw that one day, Jeff. And he's everywhere. In the run game, he was solid. Those are the things I think for a guy like him who is coming out of Boise State that had 20 plus sacks, in 2 or 3 years, a bunch of sacks in 2 seasons. You're like, okay, how is he in the run game as the edge? Can he set the edge? If the run comes his way, is he able to kind of take that on? And he was like, he did it every single time his number was called in that. He did. And the biggest thing for me with Ahmed that I love is the fact that he is so raw. Like he just, his ceiling is there, and he's so far away from his ceiling still. And right now he looks good. And I don't see a world this year to where he's not, if I'm just being honest, like he's not in a rotation and gets snaps throughout the season, even week 1. Like, I think there's a world where you're sitting there going, okay, it's between him and AQM, right? That's coming in for Davenport. And I think you can argue last night, like him and AQM looked the same. Like they looked like both like very good players. The difference is AQM is a 6th, 7th year player in the NFL, and Ahmed is heading into his rookie year, just drafted in the 5th or 6th round. So there's a big difference there to where he has a really high ceiling. And again, dude, I've said it a million times this offseason. He's a guy, and actually, who was it recently that just said it? Was it was Shep, Coach Shep. Kelvin Shepard said it. He just brought up, like, this guy, whatever his ceiling is, he will hit it. Like, he works that hard every day, and we have to tell him to slow down. And that's the type of guy, I don't know, that's the type of guy you want in your building. So that was, I don't actually think, Jeff, if I'm being honest, I know, like, the first couple possessions was tough defensively on that D line. It felt like that D line started to come together a little bit in the third and like the last 3 quarters. It felt like the first quarter they were struggling trying to get to Trey Lance, and then they slowly started getting there. And it felt like those guys like AQM looked good. I didn't really notice Broderick Martin much. But here I want to pull up.
He didn't play a lot of snaps, Broderick. He didn't.
I didn't see the amount of snaps he played.
I think I looked, dude. He played like 12 snaps. I think.
Really?
Yeah, and it wasn't the greatest.
We could bring that up. I got the snap counts here if you have a couple guys.
What did Ahmed play? Just mentioning. What did he play snap-wise?
Pull it up. Keith Cooper played 59%, which was the most on the D line. I honestly, can I be honest with you? I didn't see much of Keith Cooper. And that was a player that was having a great camp. I don't know if anyone else, I guess I got to go back and watch the All-22 and break it down a little bit more. And I could be wrong with that. Just personally, when we were watching it, I didn't see Keith Cooper. I saw guys, Miles Adams played 56%, Jeff. Nate Lynn played 52%. Chris Smith played 42%. Isaac Ukwu, 38%. Raekwon Williams played 34%. And then at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Coming in at 7th, I believe. Ahmed at 31%. He only played he played 20 snaps, and Keith Cooper played 38.
So you're telling me Ahmed played
and AQM played 14.
Then all of those guys has only known the game for probably half as many years as those guys. More than that, probably. Yeah, I would say half. We'll just be friendly. And he looked better. I mean, does that say more about Ahmed or more about the other guys and what's going on? I mean, this guy's his work ethic, his motor, his want to be great is just better than you. He's just better already, even though he's still raw, but he is better. So
dude, that's why I was shocked. I didn't know that snap count. I thought he should have been out there way more. I mean, you're looking at him and Keith Cooper, who's going to get more, even with what am I drawing a blank? AQM, like AQM only getting 14 snaps, 20%. I would have rather seen Ahmed get 30 something snaps and go out there instead of the 20 that he got than see the Keith Coopers of the world. Like I wanted to see more of Ahmed. I thought he had such a good game. Honestly, let's call it what it is. If you had to say best player on the field, both, I guess PFF kind of showed it. He was the one that stood out to me the most when you're looking at like evaluating players that, showed their potential.
Yeah.
You would have to say it was like him and then Isaac Tesla, two of the two draft picks that played last night.
Yeah. Rookies.
But outside of that, like obviously there was guys like Grant Stewart and Trevor Nowaski that just played their game and we know who they are. But the rookies were the two rookies and one on each side of the ball were the ones that you looked at it and you went, wait a second. Brad really found something. And shout out to Ahmed's dad's in here. He said, "I'm my friend. You guys know I love your show. Appreciate that a ton." He said, "You guys wait for Ahmed." Oh, Jeff. To get more technique, and he will surprise a lot of people. Go Lions. Shout out to him for joining the show. I did hear Ahmed talking about FaceTime and his dad yesterday before the game was showing the NFL logo. Dude, what a moment, dude.
It's massive, dude.
That's unreal.
He's living his dream, and he's pretty good at this game. I mean, he's pretty good at it. He's gonna have
He's gonna end up being really good.
Yeah, he actually spoke to the media. And if you haven't watched, it's on the Detroit Lions. It's on their YouTube page. Go watch Ahmed speak. I mean, there's the football player, and then there's the human being, Ahmed Hassani. I love the human being just as much as the football player. He's super humble, super nice, very big in his faith. And here's Ahmed after the game speaking to the media, and he talked about what happened in that game. But let's take a listen. This is per Eric Woodyard, by the way. Woodyard.
Be here. I just want to keep growing, and I really want to prove myself to this team.
It looked like you were having so much fun.
Yeah.
Once you got out there, was it like you were playing the same game you've been playing for the last few years?
Yes, it's like it's the jitters. In the beginnings, it was the jitters. It was like, oh wow, what am I doing? Like it's just, it's new to me. But then got the one pop in, two pops in, and I'm like, oh, this is just football. Just bigger people. It's fine. So I just want to keep learning and. Man, I really wish we won today, but we didn't accomplish what we accomplished. But we're going to grow, and we're going to learn, and we're going to get better, keep getting better at practices. And we need to fix our practices and make it more intense. They're really intense, but we're going to go all at it, and it starts with everybody. And I'm just going to give it the best I got.
Why does he sound like a 10-year vet? I mean, why does he sound like a 10-year vet?
Ah, man.
I mean, this guy, that's okay, yeah, he sounds like a 10-year vet. Unless by the way, unless Caleb wants to talk some Lions with him, but 9:15 for Caleb, talking some Tigers. It's whatever you feel like doing with that. But yeah, I thought he looked good. Another player I do want to mention. I'm
sorry, I don't want to. There was another video of Ahmed that we got to play. Did you see the one of him talking about like pregame?
No.
Oh man, where was it, dude?
Steve Lehman said he ordered his jersey today. Shout out Steve Lehman. Yeah, a lot of people are probably going to be ordering that jersey. It's a good investment. Order it now.
I can't remember where I saw the video, dude. It was such a good video.
What was the video of?
It was Ahmed talking about. This might be it. Yes, this is it right here. I'm going to send it to you. It was him talking about pregame and just being in the NFL. I'll send it to you right now. It's such a good video, dude.
Hey, you can share it. You can do it if you want.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Hey, how about that, Boone? Oh man, it is. This is Colton Pouncy. It's a little echoey, but it's a good video though. Do you want to share, Jeff? Or?
Yep, I got you.
I'll press play.
I take so much pride in that. Like, you gotta earn the right to pass rush. You have to establish the balance of the game. That's what push-up says. And for me, just somebody that came and only playing football for a short time, and I've been through a lot of life, and I told my dad. I always told my dad at the beginning of the game, and man, it's kind of crazy that I have the NFL logo, and before every game I call him. Before every game, I call them, and it's like Boise State. Before every game, we pray together. I call my wife, and we pray together.
So it's kind of unreal to me. Just like I FaceTime and I see the NFL logo, and I was like, "Dad, we're here. You know, we're here." You know, so, but man, it's unreal. You know, so I'm so grateful to be here. You know, I just want to keep growing.
Damn. Slam that locker. Yeah, he that I don't know how
telling you.
I don't know how you don't like the guy. I mean, the sound you could hear. I mean, it was a little echoey, but he talked about like he believes in you have to earn the right to pass rush. You know,
That's
was like
crazy. The mindset to have that.
yeah. Well, he's good. I mean, I think the important thing is like can you play the run, and I think he does that. You know, he does that even though he's not the biggest guy. He's like 6'2", but he makes up for it because he's strong. He's really strong, and he's an athlete. He's he's CrossFit. That was like his background. He's an athlete, natural athlete. And he loves staying in the gym. So the dude's absolutely yoked. So you see that.
The fact he has that mindset, like, hey, I got to earn my right to be able to do this. And that he's just got the mindset, like, just to work and work and work. And you see, like, game one. It's not that just Jeff game one, you saw one or two. The production, like, instantly was already there. Like, production right away. There was no question about it. It was, and he did that, Jeff, with limited snaps, right? He only played 20-something snaps when other guys are getting 35, 36, 37. He only gets.
It might be a more positive. I don't know what do you think about it? Maybe that could be a positive thing too. It's like
we'll find out if he plays more next game or if he plays less or if he doesn't play at all. Then they're locked in on him. But
like
I would hope, especially with 4 preseason games, like let him just keep getting run and give him more snaps, man. Like you saw the production off that. You get him double the snaps that some of these other guys had. I mean, he had what, the third most tackles on the team, and they weren't just like falling his lap tackles. Like he went and made a play, right? Like, he's out there making plays. So I'm excited to see. I think honestly, him and Isaac Tesla to me are the two biggest takeaways of this entire game. Isaac Tesla was incredible as well. I know he only had 2 catches, but you could tell instantly that they were like, and they took him out. I feel like I don't think he played the second half much. I can't remember essentially. Let's see how his snap count. I could check his snap count real quick. I mean, he had 32 snaps. He played in 60% of the snaps. Him and yeah, I guess he had a lot. But either way,
all as much. He was running it.
Yeah. But he definitely dominated.
Jay-Z says, speaking of, will Manu get more snaps with Skipper going down for a bit? Yes, which was unfortunate because Dan Skipper actually didn't look bad. You know, he actually, before he went down, he looked. Manu does not have that second tackle spot. He does not.
No, the only way he does is if Skipper gets hurt. That's it.
Yeah, Skipper looked like he looked pretty solid. I will say though, Boone, you mentioned Isaac Tesla and Ahmed Hassanin being the 2 big takeaways. Speaking of takeaways, Lions had 5 of them, or giveaways, I guess would be the right way to phrase it. Yeah. 3 of them came from the quarterbacks. Hendon Hooker spoke to the media after. Let's take a listen to what he had to say, and then we'll get into this quarterback conversation. But here's Hendon Hooker.
I'm just, very disappointed in myself as far as I was saying earlier, just leading the troops down the field and making more plays.
One thing Dan said he liked about what you did was getting to the right checks, see some things at blind scrimmage. Those are things that we don't always see or know. Can you just tell us how much better you're seeing the game and what you're able to do in that regard today?
Yeah, for sure. All of that just comes from repetition of watching film and the reps that I've had in practice over the past 2 seasons, getting those Friday reps down in the red zone against the one defense and seeing, okay, they're getting to cover 0. And this is the different ways they're getting to cover 0. And the Chargers, fourth and short and third and short, they were getting to a lot of cover 0. So I was getting to my 0 checks and getting 7-man pro and really just trying to make quick decisions out there on the fly. That was something that we talked about before, was taking more control of the line of scrimmage, and that's what I look to do tonight.
Yeah, he mentioned also in the same presser that he's just got to, he talked about the receivers, and he said we got to give these guys a chance to make plays. Like we have to do a better job. I think he talked about himself. He didn't say we like Kyle Allen, but he said I took accountability of that. He's like, I got to do a better job of getting these guys the opportunity to make plays. And to Kory's point, like this is where I'm gonna go into the positive, then we'll get into the negative. The positive is both of these quarterbacks in training camp did not look the same in preseason. I think it's fair to say, hey, we might need to upgrade this quarterback position. I actually wholeheartedly agree with that because there are free agents that would be better than both of these players right now. But I don't also want to rule out them not playing better. You know, I want to keep that in mind too, because it is one preseason game. It is the first preseason game. And I actually do agree with what Kory said of like, hey, if they still look like this in the second or dare I say third preseason game, you already have your decision. Like Dan actually hammered that when he talked to the media. He said, we can't turn the ball over. Like that's like their number one. I mean, you mentioned it all the time, Booner, on game days. It's like one of the most important keys to victory. They that's like their motto. Get takeaways, don't give up the ball. That is what Lions football. We get guys that can take the ball away on defense, and we get guys on offense that don't give it up. And it's not just quarterbacks, like fumbling as well. It's Grant Stewart had a fumble, and I think they had some other guy had a fumble. I forgot the receiver who dropped the kick return or the punt return. But you can't throw 2 picks, Kyle Allen. You know, you can't. Hendon Hooker had a pick as well. Just whatever. It doesn't matter that Dominic Lovett got ripped away. It's still counted. It all counts as a pick. So they have to be better. I want to see Hendon. This is the important thing. Hendon and Kyle, how they respond to that performance. Like, and I think it was a unique performance because they got blown out. I don't know who they play next. I don't know who they play next preseason game. I don't really care, quite frankly. I just want to see these quarterbacks bounce back, and then I think I'll have a more fair evaluation of what the hell they should do. I have a gut feeling already. They should bring in a better backup, obviously.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to, what is it, Friday? They play again?
Versus the Atlanta Falcons.
I'm looking forward to Friday. Like, I want to see how these guys respond. I do.
Yeah. So obviously I had put out a couple of tweets and people, and you saw, I told you, I said, go look at this comment section to get a kind of feel for what the fan base is feeling when it comes to this quarterback situation. And it felt like, I don't know if you got the same feeling. It felt like it was kind of half and half. Like there was a lot of people who agreed and there was a lot of people who completely disagreed. I see the point, and listen, I'm with you, Jeff. Like, yes, give these guys time. You don't want to fully say yet yesterday, hey, this is what these guys are and who they are and what they do. Like Kyle Allen's been in the league 7-8 years. You know, we've seen Hendon Hooker last year in in that preseason game versus the Giants show you some plays that he could make, right? Like we have seen it in spurts. And then at the end of the day, like during training camp, these guys have performed. They've looked good. Even when we were sitting there, me and you looked at each other like, dude, like these guys are like, they look good. Like this isn't like a bad quarterback battle. Last night, and I know people like Booner, don't let a preseason game dictate how you feel. Jeff, do you remember like a month ago, I brought up the point of, hey, you need to go get like a Jameis Winston. This is something that I have been saying. If you watch this show for the last month, this is something that I've brought up here and there. I haven't fully gone in on it, but I have brought up the idea of, hey, they need to go out there and look for like a legitimate backup quarterback.
Right.
And I've said that. I even said that last year. And I made the point too. Why did they bring Teddy in? They brought him in because of there wasn't like Hendon doesn't have the experience, right? That was why early in this offseason I said they need to go get a vet, is because obviously 6 months ago they didn't have confidence in his experience. Why would they all of a sudden just think in year 3 that's just going to change? I think that's one of those things where it's hard to like get over, in my opinion. And I think last night, where I stand on this, and a lot of people, Jeff, who tweeted at me, I responded with the same thing. Hendon Hooker and Kyle Allen could play as great as they want over the next 3 weeks. I still want the Detroit Lions to go out and get a veteran quarterback to back up Jared Goff. Point blank. At the end of the day, you go trade for one of the Browns quarterbacks. You go look at Jameis Winston. Carson Wentz is a free agent. You go out there and you go get someone in that building that you know can step on the field if you lose Jared for a game or two, and you're confident that not that they can just win you the game, but just keep you in a game. And if your defense needs to step up, if Jahmyr Gibbs needs to make a couple extra plays, your offensive line needs to, right? But you need a vet that can come in and not have turnovers. Like at the end of the day, Jeff, like this is how I think about it. People are like, well, it's only the Hall of Fame game. Okay. You want to have that conversation? It's only the Hall of Fame game. This isn't a playoff game. This isn't a regular season game where the division's on the line. You should be able to go out there. And if people want to also use the excuse, well, Hendon's with second team and third team guys, and same with Kyle Allen. They're also playing against second and third string guys as well. So if they are good enough, they would, in my opinion, find ways to make the plays needed, necessary, not have the turnovers, and control the offense to where at least you're pushing the ball down the field a little bit, right? Like, this is it. Like, this is, I know it's pressure because you're fighting for a job. Out of the NFL games, this is the least amount of pressure that you have playing a football game. Regular season games are 100 times more pressure than the preseason. 100 times more pressure in the playoffs than it is in the preseason. So if these guys are struggling in these games, right? Like, yes, there were positives and there were negatives. But if you're struggling in those games, to me, it's like, hey, you can have the greatest camp in the world. But if you're not going to perform when you put the jersey on and you go out on the field, how can I trust you to do that if we're in a position to win a division and we need you just to come in and be competent? And you couldn't do that in a preseason game. I didn't want them to be perfect yesterday. I knew it wasn't going to be perfect. We all knew that. It just felt like there wasn't, it was very far from perfect. Like, it was farther than I thought, especially after what you saw, Jeff, at camp, where you're like, okay, these guys are good. Like, they're competent. They didn't show any of that yesterday. Kyle Allen, I think, showed a little bit here and there where Dominic Lovett dropped the pass. That was a great pass. He had a couple passes to Tesla that were on the money. And then he had the two plays that Dan said. Dan said, well, Kyle Allen played good outside those two passes. So two tough passes that he made, man. Like heartbreaking ones. And then I know people are like, well, Hendon Hooker only got 6 passes. Why did he only get 6 passes? Was it because one of his first passes, he threw the ball in the middle of the field to no one and almost threw a pick? You know, like, it's like, is the trust level really there with John Morton and Hendon Hooker? So, like, these are questions where it's like, yeah, it's only a preseason game, but yeah, that goes both ways, man. It's a preseason game. You should, if you're a legit QB too, like, there's a reason to, like, if Taylor Heineke's playing for the Chargers last night, he's probably cutting this defense up.
It's not even about Taylor Heineke. Trey Lance cut this defense,
and he's their QB3.
Yeah.
And
it's
you look around the league.
I've been huge. Listen, I've been defending Hendon Hooker. I still listen. I'm still hopeful he can turn into a backup quarterback. It's not a great start. This is how I would do it, ideally, because everything you said is correct. Everything you said, I don't have anything to push back on. This is how I would handle it if I'm the Lions. Okay, depending on what happens, I think they're going to end up keeping Hendon and cutting Kyle Allen. You have to still go bring in a Carson Wentz. You should have Jared, Carson, and then Hendon. That's your 3 going into the season. Because at least then you would know, okay, Hendon, you're not quite, even if they think in their head, let's say Brad loves the guys he drafts, and Dan, they love the guys they draft. If Brad still says, Hendon still, he's growing, we like where he is, he's getting better. Okay, that's fine. Both things can be true. That's fine. I'm willing to listen to that. But then also, is he quarterback 2 this year? Is he that level? I don't know. Based on what we saw, probably not ready yet. So I think that's what they should, and hopefully they do end up doing. There's no way that you go into the season with Kyle Allen as QB2, man. Like, it's not even about Hendon. It's just like they got to get
Hendon Hooker, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, exactly. Either one. I would keep Hendon as your QB3.
Feels like a move that needs to be made.
Yeah, I would keep him as QB3. Maybe you keep developing him, whatever. But you can't have those two guys in the quarterback room. You just can't.
No,
you can't have them both as all you have.
Jeff, I've had to argue, and I'll say this too. I'm not really in on the Kyle Allen thing too, and that's the guy who I've said potentially has a chance to do it because he's been in the league. I didn't like what I saw from him. I'm going to be consistent with both of these guys, and it's the same thing. Like, you've been the Hendon Hooker guy, right? You're like, hey, he's going into year 2. My thing, Jeff, and I've been very consistent with this. I really don't like in the NFL. At the end of the day, if you're in a position to where you're going to potentially have to help your team, no one cares. Like, if you're on a contending team, dude, no one cares how old you are. No one cares what year you are. Like, I don't want to hear a Super Bowl winning team like, hey, we go to a Super Bowl. Hey, that left tackle didn't get a block. Oh, well, it's okay, man. He's only a year 2 guy. He's still getting. No, you're in the biggest stage of your, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to make that. I don't care what year you are. You're in the game. So I think it's that with Hendon right now, where I do got a lot of people in the comments being like, it's technically his second year. He's developing this. I could care less at the end of the day. You're getting paid a lot of money to go out there and perform, and you need to have a competent backup behind Jared Goff. And if you want to sit here and say, and like Coach Walk, it's one game and a preseason game, like, Jeff, this is the point that me and you are making. It's, yes, we get that. It's a preseason game. You should be able to show some positives. There was none. And I'm not. Again, Coach Walk, I've been saying for a month. This is where I think people get mixed up a little, and when I post and put stuff out there that think that I am evaluating based off of one game. I've been saying for a month now that they need to go get a quarterback too. That's a veteran guy, a veteran presence. You need to go get a Jameis Winston. I've been pounding the table for that for a while now, right? Like this is something that I personally have been saying. Last night confirmed it a little bit more for me. And listen, it could be preseason, guys. I'll say it again. Kyle Allen or Hendon Hooker could go off the next 3 games and throw for 600 yards and 4 or 5 touchdowns. I don't care. I want you to go get a veteran quarterback to be in this building. It's as simple as that to me. I want someone that I can trust in the game if Jared goes down for a half that can keep you in the game or win a game. That's what I want. I'm no longer it's been all offseason for me. It has nothing to do with who Hendon Hooker is, nothing. It has nothing to do with him being year 3, you draft him in the 3rd round. I don't care. I just want a veteran, a reliable veteran quarterback in that building for a chance to go win a Super Bowl if Jared Goff goes down for a game or 2.
Yeah, because you have to think it's not like we keep saying a game or 2, but let's get into that. Like, okay, let's say you're late in the season and you have a game lead in the NFC North. It's like you might need a win in the regular season to win the division. You know, maybe not like I'm not saying like it could go. I guess it could be Vikings Lions last year, but I'm not even saying that. I'm saying like you got 4 games left on the schedule. You're tied with like, you're tied with the Vikings or something, or whoever, whatever team, and whoever comes in at backup for a game or 2 needs to win those games for you. No matter who you get, they're not going to be Goff, but you want someone that can keep you afloat. And I'm the Hendon Hooker slappy. I've been defending him for a while. I'm again. Do you want to see the whole preseason and then we can kind of gather our thoughts? Yeah, obviously, but I don't even disagree with what you're saying, regardless of how I feel about Hendon Hooker. Like I want to give him time, but you're right. They do need not only a backup who's a veteran, but someone who has, all due respect, just like not Kyle Allen, like
game experience, and Kyle Allen does. And I've been arguing with you on the Kyle Allen stuff. Hey, he has played in games, but
like
we're talking about
to be perfect.
You're talking about Carson Wentz to Kyle Allen. That's a big difference. You're talking about like a Taylor Heineke to Kyle Allen. Big difference. You're talking about Jameis Winston to Kyle Allen. Big difference. Like Gardner Minshew to Kyle Allen. There's a difference. This isn't just about a veteran quarterback. When I say that, it's talking about guys who have been in the NFL and have played meaningful snaps that can go in there. They know how to win a game. They know how to control an offense at a higher level. You know, and Kyle Allen has been in a position to where he needs to go out there and for a playoff spot, win a game or 2 for you, and hold it down until Jared Goff gets back. It's not it. And I know a lot of people hate that the conversation comes up about QB too, but it's just I'm not.
And we're not even saying, by the way, if your quarterback goes down for the whole season, that's a whole nother conversation.
It's over at that point.
We're talking about like in spots, like anything like a mid-game,
2-game stretch.
Jared gets ruled out of a game and you need someone to finish it, like whatever it is, man. I mean, anything can happen. It's the NFL. We've seen crazy things happen.
I do want to I'm going to say this a million times, Jeff, because I know if say Hendon or Kyle has a good game, people are going to be in my comment section. I do not care. Again, I've been saying this for months. I do not care how good these guys play the rest of the preseason. I do not. It just last night confirmed that, hey, those guys can have games like that. Even if they're playing with first string guys, they're not going to be like, yes, they're going to be able to, it's going to be better, but those throw like a Kyle Allen throwing those 2 picks like that's not just like just a normal mistake. That's a bad mistake. Think about, like, if you want to talk about this, and this is why I love, hey, keep in the chat, keep online, keep throwing these points out there, because I'll counter them as fast as you can type it in your computer. Oh, he's going to finally have first string offensive line and receivers. Well, guess what he's going up against? He's going up against Sauce Gardner. He's going up against the best corners in the game, the best safeties in the game, the best defensive line and the edge rushers and tackles in the game.
Everything.
The best linebackers in the game. Welcome to the NFL. If he's making those mistakes for his 3rd string secondary units and throwing picks like that, and or Hendon Hooker's running the ball and coming short on a 3rd or a 4th down, like imagine if there's a Zach Bond running at him instead of a 3rd string linebacker. You say I will keep countering you with all of that, because that's my point stands exactly. If you're a legit QB2 in the NFL, whether you play in the first or second half of an NFL preseason game, if you're there, you should show a little bit of domination, right? Like you should dominate a little bit. You should show, hey, I could play. I don't care if I'm with my third string guys. I'm going up against a bunch of bums back there in the third, fourth string as well. So if you watch the game, quit being a fan, take that fan cap off, watch the game and say, hey, and yes, there were positives from Hendon Hooker as well. And it's only 2 times. Get the Hooker's, what do you say? He's developing on a rookie contract, but it cannot be that difficult to find a more capable backup than Kyle Anfro. Yeah, the developing thing, dude. Jeff, I don't know if you're still on it. I'm done. Like, again, I don't develop. Fine. If you're going to develop, be on the practice squad. We need someone who could set. Like, that's why they brought Teddy in, because he was still developing.
Oh, look at that. Freddie Felt. Appreciate. We didn't get to this earlier. Appreciate the $2, my friend. He says, looking at TNA at a burlesque show while listening.
I'm not familiar with what these are.
I'm not either, but Freddie, we appreciate the hell out of you, my friend. Thank you. We got comments too. I do want to get to burning issues. We've been having this discussion since Tim Boyle and David Blau.
It has been pretty.
Yeah, Joey 2 times. Appreciate you, Joey, for tuning in, my friend. Don't see, hey, he's new face around here, Joey. I catch you. I remember you. He says, I get that Hooker is a developing quarterback on a rookie contract, but it cannot be that difficult to find a more capable backup than Kyle Allen, for crying out loud. He also said, we don't need a quarterback to push Goff. We need a backup that can possibly still win a game or two if Goff goes down. 2 very different things. All facts from Joey, man.
Yeah. I do love the fact, because I thought this was going to be one of those things where I was completely on the wrong side of last night when I tweeted that stuff, and this morning. There's a lot of Lions fans who are slowly starting to creep on that side of things where, they're sitting there going, okay, we're not going to take that one preseason game to heart, but it's a glowing. Dan said it. Think I'm wrong. Dan said it last night. He said, you're not going to have a job if you're not performing. If you have turnovers, you're not going to have a job. And he was like, these guys know that. And he was like, there's no like ifs, ands, or buts about it. You got to win the job to have it.
Oh, Ben Blue says Wentz is legit the quarterback coach on NDSU now. Bro had one of the most quiet retirements ever. Shout out Derek.
Is he actually?
He might.
That's crazy if he is.
Come on back.
I trust him more than what we have, to be honest, though.
Come on back.
Trade for someone, man. Give up a 5th round pick, 6th round pick. Go get Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know. I didn't know he was a quarterback. I didn't know that. If he is, you want to play football? You want to
coach? You won't play football. We'll play a lot of money. We'll pay a lot of money to play some ball, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I do want to get into our 2 to 3 players that we like. I mean, let's get into risers and fallers from the game itself. So we'll give me like 2 to 3 guys you can mention, however many you want. Maybe guys that you thought increased their stock, and then guys that lowered their stock. Because I got a couple names down for both that we might have similar names, but we could talk about them more. These guys we didn't mention.
Well, I think one for a riser, I think we can agree on Ahmed Hassanin, correct?
Yes.
I think he's the top number 1 overall riser.
Yes. I have Ahmed Hassanin riser for sure.
Number 2. Do you want me to give you my number 2? I have 2 in my number 2. They're kind of vet players that have been in the league a few years.
Go ahead.
Grant Stewart and Rock Ya-Sin.
2 great names.
I put them together just because I know they've been in the NFL playing a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
I think those 2 guys, I don't know where you're at with this, Jeff. I think we saw like those guys are going to make the squad,
Yeah, I thought Grant Stewart. I like Grant Stewart. I know people. Yeah. I was a little.
The fumble, that was it.
Yeah, it was tough, but listen, mistakes, it happens. I don't think he'll be doing that in the regular season, so I'm not worried about it. But as linebacker depth, like he looks like he'll be fine.
Yeah. Rock Ya-Sin.
I like him as a depth piece, and he's better than, all due respect, he might be better than what they had at cornerback 3-4.
Give me Rock Ya-Sin over Kindle Vildor 10 times out of 10.
He might be. He can hit.
Yes.
I saw that multiple times.
Makes tackles, makes plays. He's not afraid. Where it felt like Kindle Vildor, some of those guys sometimes were a little like scared to like really step up and make bigger plays. He's just We saw him in practice when he went up against Dominic Lovett and just pressed him at the line and never let him get off the line, and they had to redo the whole rep. Like, he's just a hard-nosed guy. I think, was it you that mentioned he did MMA growing up?
Yeah, he got boxing, grappling. Yeah, he's got wouldn't want to fight that guy, but he plays like it. I mean, he plays like it. So Rocky Sin, yeah. I mean, Steve said Brock over Ennis. I don't know about. I mean, at this point, yeah, he's better than him. I mean, we'll see if that changes. But Rock has looked better, definitely. I like him as I have another player I want to bring up, and I do. He wasn't one of the best players out there because again they didn't run for that many yards. But I did think Craig Reynolds displayed some pop a little bit.
For sure. Yeah.
Listen, I think they've fallen in love with Craig. I think they just love him as like a human, and he's a good, solid role piece. Could they upgrade? Yeah, they could. And I think Vaki's probably supposed to be that, where he'll like take that spot eventually. I think that's what they expect. But I thought last night what he displayed for me is he had the 13-yard run, and he had a couple like 5-6 yard runs. I mean, he only had 3.8 yards a carry. A couple of those were he went nowhere, but he did have some pop. Again, with backup offensive linemen and not really a threat at quarterback. So I got to give some credit to Craig Reynolds. Like, I didn't think he played too bad. You know, I thought for Craig standards, they ran for 3.3 yards as a team. I mean, he ran for almost 4 yards a carry. I think in that situation, when they're down as many points as they're down, I thought Craig was fine. You know, I think he's fine. I still want to see Vaki compete for that RB3 spot because I think Vaki has a little more upside with just he can make guys miss. I mean, Craig's not really that type of runner, but Craig was running hard last night. I thought so. So I want to make sure I show some love to him, Craig Reynolds, and another guy that I think it's hard for me to say this because of my narrative, but I thought Dan Skipper played well. Dan Skipper, listen, I got to give some love to Skip here because Giovanni Manu supposed to be like the future, Penei Sewell on the other side, as much as I talk about him. But in all reality, Giovanni's not ready yet. He looks better right now in the run game than he does the pass game. But Dan Skipper yesterday on offense, he was their number one graded offensive player. He had an 85.5 run blocking grade on PFF. He was mauling in the run game and pass blocking. He didn't look too bad either. So I think what he showed, and he got injured, but even if he wasn't injured, he showed enough. Like, know that guy can play in the regular season.
I don't think Dan Skipper needs to play in the preseason.
Yeah, and I got to say, man, I don't want to say this. I want to say he looked bad and Giovanni Manu looked great. But the reality is Dan Skipper showed he is, if there's a tackle injury, that dude's playing tackle. I mean, it's just.
Do you think
it was shown? No
in
doubt.
The scrimmage when we watched it, the second left tackle, was it Manu or was it Jamarco Jones?
They had Jamarco Jones at right.
Okay. Okay.
So
I thought he moved over to the left at one point. When Manu,
I don't know that I don't know. I'll tell you right now what he played
because I think Jamarco started at right last night. My thought process.
He's listed at right. He didn't have a good game, to be honest with you.
No. Okay. My thought process was, if let's say regular season starts tomorrow, if Dan Skipper's out and say Taylor Decker's still out, do they go Jamarco Jones? Right. I would say they do. I would say they do.
Jamarco Jones. He did not display some good things yesterday. He did not. I mean, he was really bad, Jamarco Jones. So that's a little concerning. But I think they expect him to be the backup right tackle, to be honest. So I don't know what that means, but yeah.
I think the last. We haven't really talked about the guy at all. We talked about him for like 10 seconds. Hometown kid, Isaac Tesla.
Yeah, let's do it.
We haven't had a conversation about him at all, but I know he had 2 catches. He had like a 24-yard catch and a 22-yard catch, and he probably could have had multiple more, except they just didn't look his way much. This guy's, Jeff, I don't know how you feel about this, and me and you have been pretty early on, and I feel like he's going to take Tim Patrick's spot at some point this season.
I agree.
We had this conversation a week ago. I had brought it up weeks and weeks ago with Klotz, when Klotz said Tim Patrick's one of the best, is the best wide receiver 3 in the NFL. There's something about Tesla, dude, where there's these camp stories, Jeff, and I don't want people to think this is just one of those camp stories. There are camp stories where guys in camp, having a good game, get to preseason and not good. They have a lot of off days. Isaac Tesla, there's number one, never has an off day, Jeff. Every single time that they've been in pads, there's been a play that's posted about him where he's not just a small play, he's making like a big time play. First preseason game right away, 2 catches, no drops. I don't think he had a drop. No, that was Dominic Lovett. No drops, 22-yard catch, 24-yard catch. On special teams, he's the gunner. I think you mentioned it last night, Jeff. He's the first one down there, and he's beating everyone. His speed is insane. His cuts are insane. His route running's different. And listen, I'm not going to be the one to say it. The comparisons that he's getting is incredible. I'm not going to say the comparison. I don't want to be the one to put it out there.
No, he's Puka Nacua.
People are throwing that out there. That's a big one.
I'm a big, you know me.
You're the biggest Puka guy I know.
Love Puka. Well, Lucas, another one. Puka's great, and Puka is. I'm not going to say he is Puka, but what I will say is he plays like Puka. Like this is how what I mean, and I know ETN will understand this because he understands what I'm trying to say. Puka Nacua had 1,400 yards as a rookie. Like we can get whatever. But play style Booner, he's big. Puka catches hands. He's a hands catcher too. He's big, strong hands catcher. He's a nice route runner, and he's smooth for how big he is. Like Puka's a big guy, but he moves really. He's super fluid. Isaac's like 6'3", super fluid. I think he's actually faster than Puka. Like Puka's not a fast dude. I think he ran like a 4.5 something.
I would love to see the comps. I would love to see the combine comps, to be honest.
But Isaac ran like a 4.4, so I'll say it. I don't give a shit, dude. He looks like Puka. Like, do you see the first catch he had? He trucked that DB.
Yeah.
That's some shit Puka does. Like, a lot of receivers do that, but it looked. I'm like, oh, this guy, he's good. Like, good. I was impressed. I was really impressed with Isaac. I think, we thought he would take Tim Patrick's spot, but dude, he's got skills, man. Like he does. He's got skills, and we haven't seen the acrobatic catches that he can make. He's got that in his toolbox too. You watch him at Hillsdale, I believe is the junior college he went to. It could be, I think so. He has like highlight one hand catches, catching the ball one hand. Actually, shout out Eric. It's too easy. He went golfing with him and hung out with him. And he
told us.
He said they're playing catch while they're golfing. He got to hang out with Isaac, and Isaac's just snagging the ball out of the
midair.
But here's the thing: he did that in games. So we see he's strong. He doesn't drop the ball, but there's some highlight to him, man. Like he's got some highlight ability too. So I'm excited for him. I'm fired up about Isaac Tesla, man. I'm fired up about him.
I'm pumped up as well. I think he's going to make some big plays this season for this team. I think you're going to get after next preseason. I hope he gets a couple more looks over the next 2 games, and then they're able, like games 3, 4, just or 2,
take
3.
Yeah,
you're good. Like we know what you are. But I'll tell you what, he's putting pressure on Tim Patrick. I know people are like, "Hey, Tim Patrick's reliable." He really is.
No,
but I'll tell you what, if Tim Patrick through training camp continues to just not make plays, like what Tim Patrick can do. But again, there is a point, right? Especially when you're at the age of a Tim Patrick, you've been injured. There's a point to where it's like, hey, you do need to make those plays to still show us, hey, you're there, right? And especially if it comes like week 1, week 2.
Oh yeah.
There's no Tim Patrick sightings. He's out there.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, Tim Patrick can block. I'll tell you what, Isaac Tesla can block.
He can block.
He is one of the better blockers that you can find, especially as a rookie. So there's going to be comp, man. And that's what I was trying to say a couple months ago, Jeff, when it was like with Tim. It's like, hey, he's not like I broke it down with all the wide receiver 3. He's not a top 15 wide receiver 3 he's not one of the best in the NFL. If Tim Patrick comes in and we're talking wide receiver 3, shows you something, at some point, if you're Dan and you're John Moore and you're going,
we got to get this guy the football sometime.
We can't keep this guy off the field. And who loses out on that? We all know who it is.
He's a.
I like Tim Patrick, man, but
he can play he's got a little versatility. He can play the X, the Y, the Z. He can play.
Throw him anywhere.
Yeah, the guy's just. He's going to make an impact this year. I will say that one more guy I want to mention. We don't have to. I just want to mention him. Dominic Lovett. Listen, he had 2 rough moments for sure.
Would you put him in the winner or loser category?
I like.
I've seen multiple articles. I'll tell you this within Lions sphere. I've seen articles, Jeff, of winners and losers and multiple sites. Half of them had him in winners and half had him in losers.
I don't know. I because the drops, it's not like it that has to knock him. But I thought he battled. Like, I thought he did a good job of just battling out there. Like, I like Lovett. I think he's a player that I would play a lot during the preseason, and I think he's a player that'll get better. I honestly, I know he had a rough 2 drops. One of them was for a pick, which you can't let happen. But even Dan mentioned it. Like, in college, he's making those plays. It's the NFL, man. Like, his first NFL action, he had 5 catches or whatever it was, 4 or 5 catches. Like, I'm not going to say he was a loser, but I'm not going to argue with you if you do. You know, that one could go either way to me. I want to see him more in special teams, though. I think that's where you really want to see him more. I think he's got some ability there. We saw it in training camp, so I like it. I want to mention some losers before we get Caleb.
Yeah. What do you quarterbacks?
Quarterback, we don't. Yeah,
number 1.
Quarterback, loser for sure. I'll bring up Ennis Rakestraw. I think that was rough, and it's not even like little things. Like, he got beat bad on a 20-yard gain, like
right out there,
bad, and that's concerning. I think the injury. I don't know if he's still injured. I don't know if he's rusty. I don't know what the excuse is. I'm willing to listen to give it a little more time, but he did not look good. I mean, he was one of the Lions, I think, lowest graded players. And I'm not even talking about if we could just watch the game and notice that. Out of the 28 available players that were graded, he was 27th. So he was damn near last. He was only in front of DiCaprio Boodle.
That was going to be my loser. DiCaprio.
That's another one. Like, those two did not have good days, man.
I had the quarterbacks in DiCaprio. I didn't even think of Ennis, but Ennis is spot on. I think DiCaprio was getting all night, man, versus wide receiver 9, 10, 11. DiCaprio Boodle was just getting cooked.
Tough. That was tough. Tough display from Rakestraw. I got hope. I mean, Brian.
Maybe he was still hurt. I know he had that injury.
Someone commented he was holding his chest. He had a chest contusion. He was.
That's what he had last week. Was a chest contusion.
I don't know.
But if you're out there, dude, you gotta perform.
Yeah,
that's part of the game.
Yeah, streams only. I agree with you, man. The talks about Ennis being cornerback too.
Done. Yeah, Arnold is. In practice,
I don't even know why it started, but it's done.
No.
Yeah, it's over.
Well, I think the conversations have been if Ennis is good, you have Rakestraw. I don't think, at least on our show, when we talked about it, it was always if you have DJ Reed, Terrion, and Rakestraw, is it move one of them to the slot or the nickel? Like, what do you do at that point? But
yeah, he would. Yeah,
there was never taking Terrion's spot.
I would play him every single game. Like, he hasn't had enough experience. Like, he just hasn't played a lot. Like, that's the problem. He needs to play. He needs to play a lot.
Let me check the snaps out for him, because I would actually like to see.
There's no reason why Ennis Rakestraw should come off the field. Like, that dude should play every preseason game. I mean,
I agree.
Because you already have Rock Ya-Sin, who's backup. He's fine. You got him.
How many? What do you think the snap count was for percentage wise for?
44%.
He played in 28 snaps. Yep.
Yeah.
Avonte Maddox played in 17. Nick from Saginaw. Nick Whiteside. He played in 17. I didn't even realize that. Good for him.
I think you've seen enough out of Rock Ya-Sin to make that judgment. Like, okay, you're cornerback 3. Ennis, you're playing preseason. Like, that dude needs to play a lot. So that's like Streams Only said. I guess 4, technically 4. But I agree with you, Streams Only. I don't know if you count. I guess Amik would be cornerback 3. He is right. Cornerback 4. You've seen enough. Ennis Rakestraw, you have not.
Rock Ya-Sin right now is winning that spot.
Yeah, and then we can mention one more, another loser from yesterday. I want to bring up the offense because we'd be mistaken if we didn't. I'll go defense because the player, he does play defense. Okay, I'll go defense again. Another player that I thought showed in 12 snaps, didn't really show much. Obviously, I thought Broderick Martin. I didn't think he was a win. I don't think he was the worst loser, but he's basically what he is. I think
it's tough. you
it's
would
not
hope
like
he would.
he got worse, but he didn't get. He's not
Yeah.
better. He's
I
just
think for
kinda-
him to make the team, he had to like stand out. And I mean, he still has 3 games. He has 3 games to make any sort of movement. But right now, it's a tough spot for him
because
the
of the
day.
depth they got there. That he needs.
Yeah.
He needs to take a step.
Like
I want to
he
mention
only
too-
played 12 snaps though, so maybe they think like unless like because like guys like Miles Adams, who's inside, I believe as well, 36 snaps. Chris Smith 27, Nate Lynn 33 snaps, and you're just sitting there with Pat O'Connor or Broderick Martin 12 snaps. It's like it's either they think he's going to be fine and they're rolling with him and he's going to make the team, or they're like he's done. Like we're going to give you snaps, but you're getting limited.
Let's bring on our very very important guest, I might add.
It's our friend John.
Our friend John. And listen, I almost forgot. It's almost disrespectful that we haven't been doing this, by the way. We need to bring back start putting some respect on this man's name. Because his friend Ian Kennelly had a day yesterday, laying the boom. So let's get his thoughts on Ian Kennelly. His thoughts on the Tigers trade deadline, Mr. Caleb Czarnik. Caleb, how are we doing?
Booner, Jeff, it's great to be here on this fantastic Friday afternoon. What a Lions game that was yesterday, huh? I mean, what a barn burner. Not the most entertaining game I've ever seen in the world, but football is officially back. And, the Tigers also had a day yesterday, so we're going to get into that. So, chat, what's going on? How we doing?
Well,
Caleb, good to see you, brother.
It's good to see you, Booner. It's good to see you, my friend. How we doing today, Boone?
I'm doing better. Thank you. I was texting you earlier today. I was going at you a little bit 2 times. I was doing the 24-hour fast, dude. I was a little hangry, man. You caught me at a couple bad times today.
I get it.
Jeff texted me separately too, and we're just talking about something, and I hit him with a little bit of like, and he was like, he texted me back and said, I should have never texted you.
Yeah, well, because I'm cranky.
Bad mood
Boone's
today.
cranky, and we're cranky and we're talking, so we're both cranky. It wasn't good.
I was on like hour 20 of the fast, and I was like, I haven't eaten in a day.
Is it over now? Is it done?
Yeah, I had a couple quesadillas and some chips.
Nice.
Right before the show. And thank goodness, because I would have been mad on this show as well.
Love it.
Yeah, I was battling through that dumb fast too.
Jeff, you got through the 24 hours?
Yeah, I did. It was brutal. I shouldn't say brutal, but at the end,
no, it's not bad.
It's not brutal. Yeah,
I say it every
But
time. The worst part is the end when you're on like the finished final stretch.
Yeah. And then me and Booner haven't eaten in 20 plus hours, and and we're texting each other just pissy. So it was great.
It had to be a sassy conversation.
Well, I got Caleb. Caleb comes in. I said, "What do you want to do for Mount Rushmore today?" I drop a couple ideas. This guy goes, "Mount Rushmore of Johns," like the name.
Don't say it like that.
Chat's thought on that.
I was just like, can we do something where like the chat? My biggest thing is I want the chat to like enjoy what we're doing. I don't know, like the chat has to come up with some of their own. The chat's just like, I don't know.
There are so many famous people named John.
There's a lot of Johns. I just saw John.
The chat's spewing them out right now.
They are, but it's just AG's burner. Just AG's burner. AG's the only one. Dude, it's just like, I get it. I think it's a good one. But like, my thing was just like, where's John come from? Like, so no, we're not doing Johns today, guys. We are actually doing, we're doing Mount Rushmore of like tailgate foods, like foods you eat while you're watching football.
John Madden, that one.
John Madden's a good one. John Matthew Stafford.
See,
that's
like
a good
John
one.
Mayer.
No, I think listen, it has nothing to do with if there are Johns. It was like I want to do something for the people where the people are like, oh, football foods, love it. Oh, athletes, love it. Oh, cereals, sandwiches, love it. But like John, why not Paul's? Why not Dan's for Dan Campbell?
Because John is the most common name.
I think it's got to be something tied in within the show. We could have done Dan's because of Dan Campbell.
What about the doc? John Macaroon.
I love the doc, but when we're talking like big.
John Kennedy.
Yeah, but like, dude, I don't know. 16 Johns. Like,
hey, Caleb, I told you.
That was a good pull from you yesterday. I mean, earlier.
I said John McCain.
No, John Wayne. I think there's listen, Caleb. I think there's a lot of good Johns. I was just when I heard that, I was like, And when you said it too, Jeff thought it was like the most revolutionary thing of all time, and that just made me so mad. I was like, "Why?" Jeff's like, "This is the greatest thing ever." I was like, "Johns, dude, like what world am I living in right now, bro?"
I think it was a missed opportunity. I think we missed out on a big one here.
Maybe in the future we'll do Johns.
Hey, Caleb, last time we had John last Friday, it was electric. You made the proposal of acquiring 86 players at the deadline.
I was close.
you were a few off, man. You were right there.
They were 7. We brought in 5, and there were teams that brought in 6 players. It wasn't that crazy out of the realm of possibility.
Well, talk about those deals a little bit. Anything you like, things you didn't like, and do you think Scott Harris coming to the media and saying, "Listen, we got arguably the best farm system in football. If we were to make any of these bigger moves, we would have regretted it a lot down the line." That's what he said. I'm paraphrasing, but essentially that's what he said.
Yeah, well, I gave myself a night just to kind of sleep on it to see what my opinions really were. And yesterday I didn't like the deadline. Slept on it, woke up this morning, and I still did not like the deadline at all. Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that they lost a trade, because they didn't lose a trade. They got 4 or 5 players for virtually nothing. They really gave up nothing for these players, but they didn't approach the deadline like a first-place team that's chasing a pennant should have approached the deadline. You look at all these teams in the American League with winning records, they lapped you at the deadline. The Royals, the Kansas City Royals, brought in more than the Detroit Tigers. And look, I'm going to give Scott Harris credit where it's due, because he deserves it. He's put together quite the farm system in Detroit and put together a winning baseball team here in Detroit. We're one of the better teams in the league. But, this was a deadline where this is the first deadline in a while where you were buyers and you didn't really buy. You didn't go out and compete with these other teams in the American League and go make aggressive moves. And no, I'm not asking you to trade a top 5 prospect, but you needed to do something more than Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton, 41-year-old Charlie Morton. So no,
Charlie Mo.
I mean, what a and look, I
Charlie
think
Mo show.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Johnny Mo. Is he related to Johnny Mo?
I don't think he's related to Johnny Mo.
Is that confirmed?
Not confirmed. Not confirmed.
We should figure that one out.
I will check up on that. But yeah, what an interesting day it was yesterday for the Tigers.
Dude,
what an interesting day.
I think one of my biggest things, Caleb, I texted this to you guys yesterday, or when it closed, the trade deadline closed, I was kind of mad. I sent a lot of paragraphs, maybe too much, but I didn't like the fact, my initial statement was, this is the worst Detroit sports trade deadline that we've had in the last 10 years. And the reason I make that statement, it's not the fact that they didn't make any moves, because they did. I think the dude they got from Washington, from the Nationals, is going to be a big piece down the stretch here for us. But I think it's the fact of what the expectation was and where your team's at and what you're looking to do, right? Like, you're looking to win a World Series. You're the best team in the AL. You have glaring issues on this ball club, which you see it tonight right now that's actually going on. The bullpen, guys like Hannafy, who are just constantly just giving up runs in big spots, right? Like, it's constantly happening, or you're not getting the big hits out of some of these players that you were from before. Like, you had glaring needs that you could have went out and made moves, and you didn't need to give up your top 5 prospects. That was where I was like, this is the worst one, because Scott Harris had it in front of him. They were linked to 5, 6, 7 big names, and guess what they didn't do? They didn't come together with one of them. They lost every single deal, right? And I don't know if that's because that all of those teams saw, and you know what it could have been, Caleb, and this is just honest, and I wouldn't blame Scott Harris if this is the case. So it could be, and if it is, all good for him. But if people were trying to take advantage of Scott Harris because we did have the number 1 farm system in baseball, to where they look at it and they go, either you give us the top 5 or 6, one of the top 5 or 6 prospects, or we're not talking to you. And then they go and talk to other teams, and they're like, whatever, we'll do those other teams. And that could have easily been the case, but I still think it's disappointing. Every single player that you were linked to throughout this last week, you did not come out with one of those players. Not one. Not one. When other teams in the AL went out there and they literally got all of the Seattle Mariners went and got Josh Naylor and Eugenio Suarez. The Yankees went and got the closer that you were supposed to get and a left fielder. Then they got like 6 dudes that are going to be start for them anyway. It's like 5 dudes. Like every single team, the Astros went and got Carlos Correa and a couple other players. You're the only AL contending team that did not make a major move. The only one. And you were the one that's been falling apart and has holes, obvious holes. So I think essentially what they did, and I could be wrong down the line, I think they just put the World Series in the back burner.
It's kind of like, is this like Scott Harris kind of admitting it's like we're farther ahead than we initiated, and maybe we're still like we're still a kind of similar, not that the Pistons had this type of record, I guess, where they were, but you know how Trajan's kind of like, hey, you know, we're playing the long game, going up the flag of that, basically.
Well, that valuation, I think, especially to the players. The players are the ones that got you to, 64 wins or wherever move. But there's a guy like Max Anderson, a guy like Jace Young, who I've brought up a couple times, who I don't see, who's 35 years old, who's on the IL until September 10th or maybe long. They picked up, who has a 5.4 ERA, who walks batters out the wazoo, and it hasn't been good since tools, especially when you're in a position when you're already winning. And I think you flopped it. You flopped the trade deadline. That's what the Tigers did. Yes, there could have been a lot of conversations with instead the Red Wings and the Tigers, the 2 teams. But yeah, I think everyone's good.
Is it good on? Are you watching it on mute? For us, we could hear each other. Well, I could hear you too. It's just the people on YouTube can't. It keeps buffering. It could just be YouTube, to be honest.
Let me check.
It's like every 3 seconds. If you guys hear this,
reports of YouTube just increased of it going out.
We just lost 50 viewers.
Damn.
Bull's turn. The stream is crumbling. Feels like it right now. Are we back?
Chris Illich's fault.
Are we back?
I think we're back.
All right. Chat, can you give us a thumbs up? How are we looking? Are we back?
We're back. We're back.
All right. We're back.
All right.
I think that was Joe. Look at Boone.
Oh, well, Boone's not back. We lost Boone in the process. That's the thumbnail.
This is the thumbnail. This is how I imagine Boone's face was when you brought up the John idea. This is literally is exactly how I imagine Boone's face. Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
Dude, I lost everyone. What was that about?
No, we're back. We're back. We're back.
What was that? Why was I the one that got kicked? That was unbelievable.
Get hacked. You're done.
You guys' whole screen, everything on my screen just went black. And I was just like, what's going on right now? There was like a buffering sign. I feel good to be back.
We're also back with Mount Rushmore, by the way. And Mount Rushmore this week is so can we be very specific with what
I
this
have a
is?
question.
Yes.
Are we doing tailgate food and drinks?
Yes, it's things you'll be eating or drinking either at a tailgate. It's either tailgate or when you're if you're just at home watching ball. It's just like watching
those
football.
Are 2 totally different things, I think. So we gotta.
No. You could do at home too, because at tailgate there's only so many.
I think you could do both. I think they're literally the same things at the end of the day.
Football, food, and drinks.
Because football, food, and drinks. If you're watching ball with the boys.
Okay, fine.
Is that fair?
Yeah. And then we'll do John's after chat. So
John Kennedy. John F.
And
Kennedy.
I'll say this. Number one, chat, if you were here for the last week's Mount Rushmore cereals, we put it in a big group chat we have with all of our friends, and I won. So I currently am.
Only one person said you won.
One person voted. There was one voter.
And what's crazy?
I was the unanimous winner.
You got one. No, you weren't, because Mike Gentry said that mine was the best. One person in our group chat said yours was the best. And then we asked a random person, Jeff's sister, without her knowing the name, and she said Jeff's was the best.
Wow.
So we all got one vote. The only people that didn't get a vote, shout out the chat. Chat didn't get a vote. No one voted for the
team. The chat had a team. They had a Mount Rushmore.
No, I'm saying they didn't get their team didn't get a vote. No one. Yeah, us three tied for first, and the chat came in last.
Well, the chat won the other one, so
I won the other one.
I think they came in second in that one. So
Yeah, I've won 3, and we've done 4 total.
All right, spin the wheel. All right, spin the
Technically 4 because we came in first.
All right, what do we got?
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go.
Chat, you guys do have a team today. Uh-oh.
I don't know.
You could take 4 and get 2 really good ones.
I'm thinking.
4, you could get some real good ones.
I know.
4 and 5.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, Boone. I think I'm going to take 4.
All right. Caleb's picking 4th. Hey, Jeff, do you want to know? Jeff, do you want to know something crazy?
I never get selected on this.
Do you want to know something crazy, Jeff?
What?
I was hoping I got picked next because I strategically told Caleb to take 4 because I want number 1.
Don't do that. Don't even
There is a 1-1. Watching football, Jeff.
There's a 1-1. A well-rounded team here. I'm building
There's
a well-rounded team.
I
don't want just one 35-point scorer and then all the rest of my players are scrubs. I'm gonna have a couple.
All right, Jeff, 2 or 3.
Scorers.
Give me 2. Chad gets 3.
All right.
So it'll go Boone,
Jeff.
me, Chat, Caleb.
Jeff, this is also a tailgate, and you're watching games with adults. You're not with
Okay,
kids.
Caleb.
You can't take grilled cheese and
Okay, listen,
or saltine
Caleb.
nachos at 2.
Mind your business. All right. Just because you don't like. Just because you like, what was that cereal? I can't even remember the cereal you just.
I'm not even going to
Frosted
remind you.
Mini Wheats.
You can stick to your Frosted Mini Wheats, and you can have a good night. All right. And I'll take my Count Chocula or Dracula. Mm-hmm.
Who's first? Boone is first.
Boone.
Yeah, I'm up. Hold on, I'm just making the draft board real quick.
Oh, here we go.
And my Google Doc, so we have the teams. All right. I think if we're talking about eating food for football, I think it might be the easiest. There's a 1-1 to where if you get everyone always instantly when you're like, hey, let's go watch a football game. Let's go to a tailgate. Let's sit at home and do it. There is one food that if this wasn't number 1, if any of you had the first pick, you're just dead wrong. Give me wings, baby. Give me wings. Wings is the best food in football. Caleb, you know it. Hey, football wings is the greatest thing of all time.
Yeah, that's the Joe Burrow pick. That's the best pick there.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
Number 1
I mean,
overall pick.
I didn't know if you were going to go wings or another option, and I guess that falls right into my lap here to where I'm going. Not going to make this that long here.
Jeez, why'd you get that? I got to whoa.
Because this pick is better.
He's hyping up his own pick. That was unbelievable.
Team Jeff, Game Day Foods, we will be selecting pizza, number 2 overall. Give me the za. Give me the za. What? No. I
wasn't thinking pizza. Pizza was low on my list.
We had every game we watched together. What did we get?
Yeah, because
I always said I want something different. Remember, I had a crash out before one of the games.
You
Like,
did.
why do we keep getting pizza? I'm tired of pizza. And then all the boys were like, well, it was really, Unc was like, we love pizza. And I'm like, I want wings. And then the next week, guess what happened? We get pizza, and Unc just walks in with his own set of personal Buffalo Wild Wings. And I was like,
you get za and you get wings.
We only have gotten pizza. It's unbelievable.
Great game day meal.
And I'm the one that orders it, and I'm like, boys, can we get anything else? And no, we don't want anything else. This year, I'm in charge of the food.
Give me
and Caleb. Caleb and I are the head of the food commission for football games this season.
Yep.
Give me the za. All right, go ahead, chat. You're up.
Chat. Here we go.
I'm taking pizza off.
All right, let's see. Jeff, get ready to make maybe a quick poll for the chat if they get a couple.
Oh, John Hughes.
John Hughes, Mod Sticks. AG's burner says beer, nachos, 7-layer dip. That's a good one.
Lasagna, Steve Lehman. I mean, what tailgates are you guys?
Yeah, that's a crazy one.
It's food and drink. Yes, AJ's burner. It is.
Steve Lehman said Cheerios.
That was last week.
There's another 1-1 where it could be a 1A, 1B.
So I've gotten 2 nachos, so I'm putting nachos as the first one. 3 nachos.
See another alcohol. AG's burner, beer. I've seen beer. Put beer in there. So that's 3. Nachos, beer.
I see a lot of. I'm just doing nachos and beer. Vote on those, Chad.
Yeah,
Nachos
let's
and
do that.
beer.
Those are probably the
Most
2
entertaining.
most.
You guys vote nachos or beer.
I think there's a clear one in this, and if I'm being honest, this pick could have been 1 overall too. I've got Luke Combs stuck in my head.
Polls 50-50 right now.
Wow.
Nachos takes the lead.
Wow.
Nachos dominating the lead.
Wow.
Yeah. It's I'll give it
That's
5,
crazy.
4,
We're just
3,
gonna let Caleb get beer.
2.
That's
1.
unbelievable.
With 20 votes.
Caleb's gonna win this. He's got back-to-back picks. Caleb, it's hard for you to mess this one up, man.
Yeah,
Nachos takes
You
the
should win
for
this
the
draft.
Nachos gets the pick there, number 3. It's a
All
good
right.
pick. It's a great pick.
So I can go a couple different directions here.
I mean, if you don't.
Well, one is pretty obvious, but I'd like to think about. Okay. I'll get my first pick out of the way.
Say it.
So with the 4th pick, this is going to be at a tailgate, and there's cheeseburgers on the grill. So that's going to be number 4.
Wow.
And then at the turn, you're going to have a nice frothy beer with that cheeseburger.
And beer.
I mean, that's pretty textbook right there. There's not many better options than that.
I know. I think those are 2 good ones. I think cheeseburger at a tailgate, it's good, but I think there's other ones that I'm rolling with.
There are, and I'm curious to see where this draft goes. But I just think a cheeseburger at a tailgate, it's the primary meat that's on the
Bill
grill.
said frothy.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so you got your 2 picks now. The chat's up. Chat
is
Drop it.
up. I'm
So
seeing. I just saw brats. Brats. I said brats.
Phil said oysters.
Oysters, baby back ribs, stuffed jalapenos. We're getting a lot here, chat. We got to come together with one. Brisket. I've not seen one. Is Avery, can we pick the 7-layer dip now, please? Chili's a good one too. We see chili there. I had that on my list. I see ribs again.
Barbecues here.
I see barbecue ribs and hot dogs. I've seen 2. Jeff, do this. Do barbecue ribs and hot dogs. Those are the 2.
Xavier D wants to focus on the finger foods.
Barbecue ribs and hot dogs. Those are both finger foods.
Barbecue ribs, hot dogs.
Yep. This is interesting. I'm gonna go look at
I
the
have
poll.
we'll see what happens here. So barbecue ribs in the lead just by a smidge.
ETN. Jeff might steal ice cream sandwich. So
all right, you know what? Actually, my next pick is going to be elite.
I'm interested, Jeff. I'm
not going to lie. I might have done some. I had to refresh my memory with great foods for football games, and I found this one before the show. All right, and
I
no
have a
one said
list
it
of
yet.
about 15 to 20
No
over
one
here.
said
And
it.
I have
I got a
some good
pretty
ones at the
lengthy
top
list
of
here.
my list. Yeah.
I have more list about this draft than I did about the Tigers.
Barbecue ribs, 60-40 right now, 17 votes.
All right, it's probably
hot
end it.
dogs clipping it. So
Yeah.
it's barbecue ribs. Official pick for the chat. They got ribs and they got nachos.
Barbecue ribs.
This is where this draft really can go anywhere.
Well,
Yeah, I agree.
You're going to be very disappointed because I'm taking one that's on your guys' list.
I have right now. I have
Dude, I'm
back-to-back
actually
picks
gonna
after you,
text
Jeff.
right
I have
now what
3.
Jeff is taking. I know exact. Don't look at the chat, Jeff.
I'm looking at the soundboard because pick is in. Team
I
Jeff
think I
is
know what he's
selecting
doing.
buffalo chicken dip.
Yep. I mean, look at the chat, Boone. I knew it. This guy.
I have a question. Does it have to be specific? Okay. Specific dips. Okay.
Yep, buffalo chicken dip. Mm-hmm. Oh, you texted it in the thing? You knew? That's got to be like a top 5 item.
I was honestly, and it is. It really is. I was just gonna say chips and dip. Just type.
No, I want the specific.
I didn't know that we had to do specific. I was gonna take all dips and chips.
No.
That's how I was.
You can't monopolize the dips and chips.
I did with the wings. I could have just gone buffalo wings. I just all wings.
But wings, it's like
well, I did pizza. I mean, I'm not gonna go pepperoni pizza.
Then do you want just chips and dip, or do you want buffalo?
No,
chicken
I
dip?
want buffalo chicken dip. That's
okay. That's fair. No, that's fair. Because I was gonna.
I
think
if you say chips and dip, you have to preface what dip it is.
Yeah,
which is a buffalo chicken dip. Okay, no, that's fair. Fair. Okay, I have mine. Jeff, this is a miss from you. Hit it.
There's no dip better than buffalo chicken dip.
It's not a dip. This is one of your favorite foods of all time. You can have it at tailgates. You can go to a game and get it. You can make it at home. You can get it everywhere. Give me soft pretzels and some nice warm cheese. That is a big sleeper that no one was going to think about. Caleb wanted that one. I can tell.
No. I just wanted because I didn't want to be on my hater shit. I don't like the pick. I don't think that had second round value. I don't.
Wow.
Because and I respect the pick, but when you're at a tailgate, how many soft pretzels have you had?
Well, no, this is where you're going wrong. It's not tailgate. It's football.
Okay, how many soft pretzels have you had
every time I go to a
football game?
Every time I go to a football game, I get a soft pretzel.
But how often are you in Ford Field? I mean, we're talking.
Every time I go. I went to college football games last year, and I went with Jeff one. What did we get? Soft pretzel.
Okay,
but I love. It's a great pick to me. It's a great food item.
It's a great pick
at a football gathering. I have not seen someone whip out a soft pretzel and say anybody want cheese.
That'd be the coolest.
I'm doing it. Actually, I'll hit this. Go ahead and hit it, because this one, especially if you live in Michigan, in the Midwest, Big Ten football, Detroit Lions football, when you're at home watching the game, cold weather, Thanksgiving, Halloween, whenever you're watching the game, you know what one of the best foods to have is when you're watching some ball, boys? Give me a bowl of chili.
I don't like this draft for you, Boone.
Give me a bowl of chili.
For you, man.
Not bad.
I love chili.
Not bad with that one. You know what?
Caleb, you know what Caleb's doing right now, Jeff, right? You feel it, right? Last draft, I said every one of his picks was tough. He's trying. Jeff,
I'm not playing a shtick here. I'm just telling
I know a Caleb shtick if I see a Caleb shtick.
No, this is no shtick. I mean, you went pretzels and chili.
Everyone in the chat right now is saying chili. Look at Jericho. Chili is goated.
Chili's great, but I think
chili is elite.
I had a 4th round grade on chili.
It's my 3rd pick. Caleb, Jeff, he's doing his stick.
No, I'm not. You know what? This is not a shtick.
He's gonna regret this.
Hey, so
he's gonna regret this.
Is that Caleb?
It's you,
right?
It's Jeff.
Oh, I'm up. Oh,
Caleb's gonna regret this.
No, okay. Actually, I'm not gonna.
No, Caleb. This one. I'm going to take a risk on this player, but I believe in the upside. We're going pigs in a blanket.
Oh, I had that on my list.
Pigs in a blanket.
That is such a good pick.
We're going pigs in a blanket. Come on.
That's a great pick. That is a fantastic pick.
We're having a hell of a draft today. I'm telling you right now. I got buffalo chicken dip, pigs in a blanket. Let's roll.
Caleb's killing me, man. It's disappointing that I have a good friend like that just destroying me.
No, we're all good. We're all good on this side.
All right. We're supposed to be teammates Sunday morning too. We're teammates Sunday morning.
Yeah, we are.
Good pick. Chili, put sour cream.
Boone, I love your picks. I just don't. I personally never had them at a football gathering. I haven't.
Every gathering I've been to, the one
in a form of a walk.
You could get chill where he just eats hot dogs, pizza, and wings for football games. There is no
disrespectful. I'm telling my mom you said that.
Go ahead, because right now her son's disappointing her because your taste ballot has
been fantastic so far.
What did you get?
By the way, hot dogs.
You got beer.
Oh no, stream's tweaking again. Hot dogs is the people are saying hot dogs.
Hot dogs. See, this is the problem that I run into. I like pigs and blanket. I would pick pigs and blanket over a hot dog for football food. I think hot dogs is baseball food.
Hot dog is baseball food, but
yeah,
it's quick.
I didn't have hot dogs.
No, I didn't have hot. That's why I went pigs in a blanket.
I didn't have hot dogs on my list. I had pigs in the blanket over hot dogs. I didn't have hot dogs on my food.
What are we thinking? So are you guys going with hot dogs? Yes or no? I see 3 hot dogs.
I see queso dip.
Queso dip or hot dogs. What are we thinking? Brats is on there. I mean, you guys can go. I mean, that's another option you guys can do. You can go either way with that.
All right, which one are you guys going with? We got a lot of picks to go here.
It's not lagging for me.
I think we're good. The chat's
We're
ripping.
good. We just what's going on right now? Why aren't we picking for the chat? What's going on? Queso dip. What are you doing? What are you doing, Jeff?
No, I'm
There's
just
no
waiting
lag.
for it to chat. I'm just letting.
Did you put a poll in? You do hot dogs and queso.
Which one?
I'm confused. What's happening here?
Okay. We'll just do that. All right. Poll is up. Hot dogs and queso. Chips. I had queso today, actually. Chips and queso from Qdoba. Elite.
Congrats, brother.
My next 2 picks. I mean, oh my God. I won the draft. I won the draft.
Hot dogs taking the lead, 60-40. Now it's getting closer. We'll give it a couple more votes, but hot dog slight lead right now. I think we're going with hot dog. Hot dog for the chat.
Can't believe hot dog fell this far, honestly.
Yeah.
To watch football, I'm gonna get hot dogs. I would like chili dogs. I like after I eat some chili, throw some chili on them. But like I have a blanket.
So now it's
here. I'm gonna make it quick and easy for everybody here with one of my picks. I'm gonna go with a walking taco. I think taco. And then 4th pick, I haven't seen this mentoring Italian party sub. I mean, you could go to a lot of tailgates and they're all there. A big Italian sub. So that's what I'm going with here.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I think that I've never eaten a walking. I've
That's
only
not
seen that
true.
in the lunch line.
That's not true. But
I'm shocked it didn't go in the first 2 rounds. I didn't even think of it. That was very anyone in a sporting event eating a walkie talkie. This is watching it's football season food.
Yes.
I've never seen in football season people be like, I gotta get that walking taco this weekend.
Dude, you get the Frito scoops. You get
walking.
Absolutely.
I know the chat's up again.
Oh, the chat's up. Oh, got it.
Say it. Don't say
not.
it.
I won't.
Don't say it.
I won't.
Don't say it, Caleb.
I'm not. My lips are sealed.
Text
right
it to
now.
me. Text it to me. Put it in the chat for Jeff, but just text it to
If
me.
you pick-
We're thinking the same thing. Here, let's text. Don't text me personally. Don't text me our group. I want Caleb or Jeff to see. Tell me when to click send.
Wait, what are you asking me? I was going to text it to you.
You send it to me. I'm going to send to you what I think is the one that you're going to say. And this is what I might pick. Ready? 1, 2. Do you have it typed out?
Yeah.
3. Send.
What? Oh, that is a dude. Okay.
All right, go ahead, Boom. Make your pick.
You're up. What did the chat go?
Oh, the chat. Sorry. Chat.
Jeff's everywhere. Let's just see whatever the first one is I see for the chat. We're taking for them. Chat, we need one.
Oh, Boone. That's funny shit, man.
Sliders. Sliders. I see sliders. Sliders, good chat.
Fried chicken. I see.
All right. The chat's taking sliders. Good?
Yep.
All right. Jeff, you're up.
I'm gonna go with here. Hold on, I got it. I like this one. Give me jalapeno poppers.
I don't hate it.
What? A baked jalapeno popper?
Yeah, dude. What kind of reaction did you expect? I like the pick, man.
It's a
All
solid
right.
fourth rounder.
I got mine. Again, Caleb, I think you took this as a tailgate food draft. This is a
That's
football.
what I was told.
No, it was football season foods.
Well, it doesn't
when
matter.
you're
My
at a
picks are
stadium,
my
it's
picks are
all
still
together. Stadiums, at home, and tailgates so far. Because anytime I go to a football stadium, no, you don't. They're thinking about at a stadium to get popcorn before you get a walking free. I'm not going into Ford Field being like, No, I walk into Ford Field, go, let me get up seat.
Oh,
I don't know how popcorn made it so far, to be honest. And even at home, you can make popcorn, put it in a bowl, and
that's a good.
I don't know how that might be one of the greatest value picks of all time in our draft. The last pick. This is Mr. Irrelevant. Pop crazy.
That's right. Hey, so that concludes.
Wings, soft pretzels with cheese. Team 2, pizza, buffalo chicken dip, pigs in a blanket, and jalapeno poppers. Team 3, nachos, bars, beer, walking taco, and Italian subs.
And make sure to preface your guys' team. I mean, you guys are thirsty. You don't have a drink on your team.
You know what I almost picked?
I guess what time the game is. If it's in the morning, maybe a screwdriver, mimosa.
I thought about it. Just
a little
going
Coke
straight
action.
liquor, but
Give me some Diet Coke.
A little DC. That would have been a move. We'll see who wins this one. You guys live tomorrow, Caleb?
Yes, sir. Live 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Me and Gentry going to break down some Tigers trade deadline.
There you
Make
go.
sure to tune into that.
Have a great weekend. Check out content on the weekend. We will catch you all.
Love you guys.
Peace.
Peace.
That was